Summer is right around the corner and you're lacking confidence. I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can gain supreme confidence for summer 2025. All right, let me take the shades off so I can lock in for you guys. But in order to explain how you can gain supreme confidence, I wanna tell you a little story about myself. When I was 16 years old, I was obese. I had no social skills. I was in the house playing video games all day, binge eating all day. I was 16 years old during the year 2020. So during 2020, school was out. I was just grinding NBA 2K20 all day long, eating ice cream, not talking to any girls, not going out with the boys. I was basically just staying home in the Xbox Live party. And I lived my life like that for a certain period of time. But one day I realized that I truly wanted change. It sounds cliche, but it was on New Year's Eve. From 2020 to 2021, I decided that in 2021, I was gonna change myself. I was gonna transform myself. So I took videos of my body before I transformed myself because I was so confident that I was gonna make it happen. Keep in mind, I was 16 years old at this time. The year started going along, and since it was during COVID, I didn't have a lot of equipment. All I had was my garage gym with my bench press, my dumbbells, and my barbell. You can still make it happen with not a lot of equipment, right? The gyms were closed, so I couldn't go to a real commercial gym. So I would work out in my garage gym every single night. I wouldn't miss a day. I would grind in that garage, little dingy garage, just putting that work in and just thinking about all the times in my life where I felt self-conscious, all the times in my life where people made fun of me about my weight, all the times in my life where I felt anxious, all the times in my life where I felt disrespected. And I put all of that pent-up aggression into my garage gym, and I put that work in every single night. Alongside putting that work in every single night in the garage gym, I was also in a calorie deficit because I was weighing 213 pounds at 16 years old. I was 6'3", but I was still obese. I was chubby. There was no muscle on my body. So I was in a caloric deficit. I was eating low calories, healthy foods. I was locked in during the weekdays. Once the weather started getting nicer, I was going outside, playing basketball every single day. I had a goal to dunk a basketball because I never did it before. I was outside playing basketball every single day, doing a lot of cardio, still doing my workouts, still doing my calorie deficit. And slowly but surely, each month I was shredding off weight. I would take progress photos every single week. And every single week, you could just see myself getting leaner and leaner and leaner and looking better and better and better. By the time June hit, I was 178 pounds, absolutely shredded. I had a six-pack. I was in the best shape I've ever been in my life. And my whole family started seeing me and they're like, "Nate, what are you doing? You look like a different person." Because I changed so drastically in just 6 months. And it was just in time for summer. So summer came along and the COVID restrictions started lifting. So we were back. Everyone was hanging out together. I haven't seen people in such a long period of time because of COVID. So it was about a year and a half of not seeing people. They all remembered me as the old, fat, chubby Nate, the obese version of Nate, the anxious version of Nate with no social skills. And they saw me this summer 2021 and I was a different version of myself. I remember girls would come up to me and they'd be like, "Nate, like what happened to you?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "You're such a different person now." It's because I transformed myself. During that time period where no one was going out, no one was seeing each other, I was busy transforming myself. And so, we would go to parties and stuff. I was getting all the attention. Every single girl was giving me attention. Not to be egotistical, but I looked better than every single person my age. I was absolutely shredded, six-pack. Nobody looked as good as me because I guess nobody dealt with the type of pain that I dealt with when I grew up. After the summer rolled around, my life truly changed forever. Fitness and health was a main priority in my life from then on. 4 years later, I'm 20 years old now. I'm continuing to elevate myself every single day, getting better every single day, getting more confidence every single day, and continuing to transform myself. Well, if you're watching this video and you were in the same shoes that I was in when I was fat, low confidence, and self-conscious version of myself, if you're in that same position right now, I can absolutely help you out because I've done it before. So we're gonna talk about confidence today. At this point in my life, I'm a very confident person. I'm 20 years old, I look good, I feel good, and I really think those are the two main factors that plays into having confidence. Looking good and feeling good. When you work on yourself, when you're in the gym, when you're training, you're showing up for yourself every single day, you begin to gain this sense of confidence that you didn't have before. I truly believe that confidence is built through showing up for yourself every single day. So step one for you watching at home, if you want to become a more confident person, you have to show up for yourself every single day. You can't miss your workouts if you say you're going to do a workout. You can't miss your diet if you say you're going to stick to your diet. You have to show up for yourself, and by showing up for yourself, you will gain the most amount of confidence that you've ever gained before. Showing yourself self-love and self-respect is the highest form of confidence in my opinion. So guys, you should be in the gym, you should be training, you should be doing your cardio, you should be sticking to your diet. As far as looking good goes, if you want to look good, you should be a low body fat percentage with muscle on your body. So if you're a little bit overweight, you should be focusing on losing weight, cutting down, and getting leaner for the summer. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm currently down 20 pounds. I have another 10 pounds to go. I was 240 pounds, absolutely jacked. In the wintertime, I was bulked up like a giant grizzly bear. But summer's coming, guys. I'm going to be in Europe this summer. I'm going to be shredded on a beach in Spain. So I got to look as good as I possibly can. So I'm losing weight. I'm already down 20 pounds. I have another 10 to go. I'm making sure that I'm prioritizing my cardio. I did Stairmaster for 50 days in a row. Now I'm running every single day for 30 days straight. I'm not missing my cardio sessions. I'm not missing my workouts. I'm sticking to my diet during the weekdays, and I'm still enjoying myself on the weekends, but I'm gonna have to dial it down a little bit soon because I really want to get into peak condition for the summer. If you want to be confident and look good for summer, the number one thing is you have to be physically fit. You have to have confidence in your body if you want to be confident as a person. Make sure that you're not skipping your workouts and you're showing up for yourself day in and day out. The number two thing when it comes to confidence is feeling good. As far as wardrobe goes, as far as taking care of yourself, your hygiene goes, guys, you shouldn't have neck beards going on. You should be shaving your fucking neck beards. You guys look like Amish people. Shave your neck beards, use deodorant, go to your barber, get yourself a nice clean haircut, go to the mall, go on a little shopping spree, buy yourself clothes for summer. Me personally, my wardrobe is absolutely stacked. I have a shirt for any occasion. You need to stack up and go on a shopping spree before the summer, because when you have that new wardrobe and you got that fit body, you're gonna feel better than you ever did before. I'm going on my shopping spree this weekend. I'm gonna drop a bag on clothes so I can feel good this summer, look good this summer. But yeah, guys, like I said, just taking care of yourself, general hygiene, all that stuff matters, and all that stuff contributes to you having confidence. And the last point I want to touch on about becoming the most confident version of yourself this summer is straight up, you got to put yourself out there more. You got to start talking to as many people as you can, getting those repetitions in. You got to start creating content and putting it out there on social media. Once you transform your body, the transformation's not over yet. You have to then transform your spirit and become a different person. Become someone that doesn't care. Become someone that doesn't give a fuck about other people's opinions, because that's what I've done. Now I'm living the best life I could possibly live. I'm 20 years old. I'm jacked. I'm handsome. I have the greatest friend group. I have the greatest social connections. I'm putting myself out there on the internet. What else more could I ask for? I'm focusing on my health, my wealth. Everything I want is falling into place. And if you want the same thing, you have to show up for yourself day in and day out. And I want to touch on one more point. Picture this. It's summertime. One of your friends texts you, say, hey, this girl's having a party. You think to yourself, oh my gosh, what am I gonna wear? Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? First of all, you better make sure you don't wear a bummy fit. You better get yourself some nice clothing. You better get yourself a watch. You better not be wearing a bare wrist to a party or a function or wherever you go. You better have a nice watch. You better be wearing nice clothing. You better be physically fit, looking good, feeling good. But I want to put you guys on a little method that I use every single time I go out for an event. If you guys know Jersey Shore, you guys know this method, but this is the GTL method. Gym Tan Laundry. I do this every single time I'm going to an event. So the morning of the event, I'll go and I'll get a nasty pump. Most times it will be a chest and arms pump. Maybe I'll hit shoulders, as long as it's upper body, because when you get that nice dress shirt on, you can see your biceps popping through the dress shirt, and you will become the most confident version of yourself in that moment. That's what the G stands for. The T stands for tan. You should be tanning. You should be outside in the sun getting a nice glow to yourself, because when you get that nice glow, there's no better feeling. You feel like $1,000,000, and that's what I've been doing. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I get tan pretty easy. I've been going out, I've been tanning, so that's the T portion. In the process of all that, you also want to focus on the L portion, which is laundry. Guys, what have I been talking about this whole video? Put your best fit into the washing machine, make it clean, make it smell good. take it out, iron that bitch, throw it on, have a nice shower, get nice and clean. You just worked out. By the way, after a workout, you're always gonna feel more confident because of the endorphins your body releases while you work out. Not only are you gonna be in a better mood after you work out because of the endorphins, but you're also gonna be a more confident version of yourself because you just did something hard, and doing hard things lead to increased confidence. That is the GTL method. That's what I use in the summer when I'm trying to look good, feel good for an event. You guys can use that method too. That's all I'm gonna speak on for today's video, but I wanna thank you so much for watching. Remember the GTL method. Remember to show up for yourself every single day. Remember to take care of your hygiene, and I promise you will become the most confident version of yourself this summer. Who doesn't want to be confident? It's the best thing you can be. You're going to be absolutely thriving, guys. Let's have a big summer 2025, right around the corner, about 30 days till then. For now, I'm going to continue grinding, and I'll see you guys in the next video.